Alright, dear viewers, we are back with the second match of the second day of the second RvB 5v5 tournament. Again, they may be Vector Navy issues, but there's a little bit of twist here.
There certainly is, Thekla. I think the interesting mix with a Flycatcher, Worm and Kerries on my team, which is the blue team, could be interesting. Could be looking maybe at a more kitey setup.
I believe those Flycatcher mids are filled with some kind of E-War at the very least. So this is Team Shamefur Dispray, as Mang said. They are the ones bringing the more cookie cutter, double Algos, Vexer, double VNI setup. And then your team, the Glass Soldiers, they are bringing the Kerries, which should be the Gorski car special right up now. Flycatcher, Worm, double VNI, and matches on their way.
Lots of damage going down on that Vexer Navy issue of Drink and Fly.
Geckos, of course, on the field. The Geckos chasing after Drink and Fly. And whole drone swarm now landing on Captain Unstable VNI.
Oh, I've got a bit of split damage going on here. Scar's taking quite a bit of heat from a bunch of Geckos as well.
Yeah, it looks like there is one drone loadout from a VNI actually on Skara, while the rest is on Captain Unstable. Now the whole drone loadout is being sent after Skara. So not the best coordination here, so that may even cost him the match.
Yeah, still got a bunch of hammerheads over Captain Unstable. They're moving off now, but they're going to have travel time to get back to Skara, and at the same time, Drink and Fly's Vexer Navy issue goes down.
Yep, and I believe, well, Metalloid is really, really far away from the drone blob. The drone blob, however, is now being sent to him, so a little bit of respite. Striker should probably be moving away from the drone blob as much as possible.
And Scar is still hanging on in there despite a very large quantity of drones sat on top of him.
Yeah, Misuko, meanwhile, the Flycatcher is completely unopposed, no damage on him. I'm gonna see what he's actually doing. I'm seeing a shield hardener effect on him, so probably an invul. Light missile launchers coming from the Flycatcher. I'm not seeing any E-War effects though. Oh yes, there it is. Probably damps coming from the Flycatcher as well as the Kerry, so may not affect drone DPS, but can be frustrating for your coordination.
There is an absolutely heroic job being done by Scar in that Vexer Navy issue. He is clipping along at well over 2 kilometers a second, and he is just kiting the damage off. And now they've actually swapped Captain Unstable, who's taking a lot of flak. It was pre-damaged earlier, of course, and he goes down.
Yeah, he was not at full speed. He died at 800 meters a second. Meanwhile, Skara still running, still running. And still in the arena as well, so he has a little bit of leeway even. Meanwhile, Metalloid dying hard. Metalloid kiting out of the arena right now.
I think Scar has actually gone over to get tackle on him. I think we could see a Vexer Navy exchange here, which is not going to benefit the blue team much.
True. They're both well out of the arena right now, so they have just a few seconds to get back into arena, or they'll be, asked to warp off. Well, it's a bit academic right now, but Scar should die right now.
2% structure. He's got a single Hobgoblin 2 on top of him.
Ooh, maybe you can thank God.
He's actually regaining shields. He's got 1% shield, 2% structure. This is a heroic job.
And he may have burnt out at him WD because he's getting back into the arena, but he's no, there he goes. More speed right now. They're cleaning up now. Algos, deep armor, infrastructure, Strikers, Vexer also taking damage right now.
Those Geckos are really not moving fast enough. Oh, down he goes.
No more heroic.
Very heroic.
Okay, let's see.
It's brought the match back to him.
Yeah, but still, the Vexer, the Worm drones are going to do a lot of damage, and the Worm drones will have no problem keeping up with the Vexer as well. But again, the drone loadout doesn't have that many drones, so maybe you could kill the drones.
They're going after, the red team are going after that Kerries of Gorski's car. That's an interesting primary choice at this stage, wouldn't you say, Thekla?
Yeah, but is it just light drones, or are they setting everything up around them?
Yes, Hammerhead 2, and there's a Gecko trying to get on top of him. It looks like serious DPS they're trying to put down on him.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird choice. The Gecko, you should try in close range on Striker. Let me see about their position. Striker is being shot at by Masuko in the Flycatcher. There is now a Hobgoblin trying to catch up to him. I think he's actually shooting the Hobgoblin.
They've pulled the drones off the Vexer now. The Vexer hasn't... Oh, he's got a single drone left on top of him, which is a Hobgoblin 2. That's not going to do much. It looks like they pulled the drones to go after the Algos of John Hartley.
Yeah, and there's Acolytes eating into Masuko's Flycatcher. Well, those worm drones really should be on the on Striker's Vexer.
So nearly dead.
Close, 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 close.
Yeah, they've got all the drones on him now. I think he's going to go.
I'm going to keep an eye on this Flycatcher. Yeah, there's now 4 light drones on him, so he should not be long for this world. Meanwhile, Gorski's carries. Let me see if there is any opposition on him.
Flycatcher down.
Yeah, carries may not be a DPS monster, but still he has a couple of drones at least to chew into the Vexer. And considering the worm speed and the damps on the carries and the worm drone loadout, if they manage to down the Vexer before losing the worm or the carries, I think they've probably got this.
Should pull off quite an unlikely win, I think. They're going to really struggle to get damage down on that worm, because he's nipping along very nicely at 2.8 or so kilometers a second. The carries is doing nearly 3.5. Down goes the Vexer.
Yeah, carries should be fairly safe, even though there's Algos drones on him, 3 Acolytes. That worm can probably even brawl the Algos. He still has a shield buffer. I'm trying to see if he has any rocket launchers or whatever. No, that's... It looks like to be light.
Drone, yeah.
Light. I'm seeing a light missile launcher at least on his right
drone
wing.
aggro, presumably. Meanwhile, Gorski carries is going down really hard. I'm not sure what's happened to him. He really slowed down there right out on the edge of the arena. Maybe a burnout module or something, because he stopped micro warp driving. And that was game over. So we've got a straight 1v1 between an Algos and a worm now. This is going to go right to the web. I think John Hartley's looking in trouble.
Yeah, he should be dead. There's 2 Hobgoblins on him, right? Exactly the drone type you probably want to have. Max damage, all the plus the worm DPS increase from the whole bonus. Yeah, this should be a victory for the Glass Soldiers. Pulling it out at, well, that worm is gonna have like 50% shield.
Oh, that was tight. John Hartley goes down. Good job, all pilots. That was fantastic fight.
Excellent fight. And well, you could be confused about that much emphasis on damps coming from the Glass Soldiers team, but it seems to have worked. There was spread damage. Maybe they forced that with damp application. So yeah, good match.
Yeah, it was a really good fight. I really enjoyed that one, actually. It went and sort of oscillated back and forth a little bit. They managed to close it out.
And that concludes for now the winners bracket for the day. We'll be moving on to 2 losers bracket matches after this.